So yesterday I posted a couple videos on how you could find the volume of a cylinder, and I thought it'd be nice if I did one myself, where we look at one of the solutions from yesterday's assignment. So what I'm going to go and look at is number one, and of course we want to find the volume of the pictured cylinder, but what's important is that we're going to use pi is equal to 3.14. So pi is an irrational number that goes on and on forever; it never ends. But what we're going to do is go and cut off the rest of the number and just call it 3.14 for now. That way we can make our calculations a little bit easier and we don't have to deal with as many decimal values. So when you're finding the volume of a cylinder, what's important is you know the formula. And remembering volume formula is actually pretty easy. If you remember that the volume of a solid is always the area of the base, which we call big B, times h, it makes your life a lot easier. Because if I look at a cylinder, it's very obvious what the base is. The base is a circle. In about 5th or 6th grade, you guys learned that the area of a circle is pi r squared. So now it's pretty obvious. What do I need to know in order to find the volume of this cylinder? I need to know what the heck r stands for, and I need to know what the heck h stands for. Well, h is simply the height of the soda can of the cylinder. And it should be very obvious to you guys that the height is 11 inches. It's clearly 11 inches tall. The r is the radius. Well, the radius is simple to find. You look at the center of our base, which is right here, and we ask ourselves, how long is halfway across? Well, from the center to halfway, it's a total of 6 inches. So that is our radius. So now I know that h is 11 and r is 6. And all I'm going to do now is substitute or plug them into my formula. You can also plug in 3.14 per pi, but I'm going to go and leave it for the end so I can show you something. So I'm going to go and plug in r, and I'm going to plug in h. So what I now have is pi 6 squared times 11. The first step is to always take care of your exponent. So 6 squared, that means 6 times 6. That's going to give me 36. And now you have some options here. You guys can plug in 3.14 and multiply by 36, or you can take 3.14 and multiply 11, or you can do 36 times 11. Because multiplication is commutative, order doesn't matter. So you have all of the options you want. Since I'm leaving pi as pi for now, I'm going to go and multiply the numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and do 36 times 11. And 36 times 11 is going to be 396 pi. You kind of treat pi as a variable, kind of put it together as if this was like 396x. I'm treating it as a variable. And since this was inches squared and this was inches, when we combine them, we get inches cubed. So when you have an answer that looks like this, where pi is part of the answer, we call this an exact answer. Because once again, remember, pi is a number that goes on and on forever. So if we don't cut it off, if we just leave it as pi, we would call that our exact answer. Just like when we do Pythagorean theorem, when you leave it in the square root, we call that the exact answer. When we do volume, we call this an exact answer. But since the directions want us to use 3.14, we're going to go and find the approximate answer. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to plug in 3.14 where I see pi. So now my formula will look like 396 times 3.14. And you can just use a calculator right here. And now my answer is no longer going to be equal since I am now approximating. It is now going to be approximately, when I do the math here, 1,243.44 inches cubed. And once again, this is what we would call an approximate answer. Okay? I hope everyone's doing well. We'll see you in April 6th. But for now, try your best to learn as much as you can online. And we will continue to post videos. And I'm pretty sure we will hold some live sessions as well in case you have any questions about the math. But volume's pretty simple. So I think you guys at the moment should be pretty confident. I hope after yesterday's 2 videos, you were able to do the first worksheet. Today, we're just going to kind of continue um, finding the volume of a cylinder. And then even on Wednesday, we'll practice a little bit more, and then we'll learn about cones and spheres a little bit in the future. Okay? So for now, I hope this helps. I will post another video probably on Wednesday just to do a couple more examples with you. For now, that will be it.